9th of February. My name's Ben, and I'm very pleased to welcome back from his deathbed, Andrew. How are you doing today, mate?
Still very ill, mate. Still very ill, but better than I was. I've just told you before, I've got a bit deaf in one ear. So if there's a lot of this me going, you what? That's why.
Not just leaning into the comedy bit.
No, I'm just like, hey, what's that, mate? Yeah, I've gone sort of deaf in one ear because of my pressure in my ears. It's been disastrous, mate. It's been terrible. No, I'm thinking on the other side of it, but I still do feel a bit, very ropey, to be honest. But yeah, but the show must go on, as Freddie Mercury once said.
A massive thanks to Hal of Sheffield United Way for stepping in the other day.
Jump in my grave is quick, Hal. No.
given how much you were struggling. Yeah, I mean, so this hit you on transfer deadline day, which is always slightly suspicious timing with Sheffield United. But you seem like you had the real deal. So we're going to build you back up to fitness. We're not going to do a long podcast here.
Yeah.
It'll be pretty short. If you're struggling too much, just shout and we'll try and wrap it up quickly. But think of this as the planned 30 minutes off the bench to
this
build
is
it.
Back up. Yeah, I've not been out of the house literally for a week. This is the first real conversation I've had with anyone outside of my doctor, so if I'm a bit ropey, that's why.
Yeah, so you've been speaking with anyone other than your dog then?
Yeah, well, I've been talking to my dog as well, to be fair, but yeah, he's not a doctor.
Right, well, we're going to talk about Wrexham the other night, and we'll just keep it nice and lean, as I said. So we'll just talk about that game, not really anything to discuss. Takeover, transfer window, anything like that. I think Hal and I touched on it a bit, and there's still not really masses to say about the takeover apart from... I mean, you've done a lot of reading, haven't you, in the last week or so? You've been in internet wormholes with this.
The only thing I've really had the energy to do is scroll down S2, and it's not been good for my stress levels. Reading about, Dozy and everything about, the potential problems with him and stuff. And, I've got to a few disagreements with certain posts. So if anyone's from S2 is reading, I've argued with you, then probably my fault. I've been very irritable because of being ill. But yeah, I've done a lot of just scrolling, endless sort of allegations and research or whatever into our prospective new owner, and it's way over my head, to be fair, but it's not looking too clever, is it?
Well, the good news is with all that research, you haven't turned into Mantis yet. So
not yet, no, not just yet. But yeah, I've read a few things that.
Well, you haven't yet linked this flu to some kind of vaccination, so. In fact,
I never said that, Ben. No, I've not been ill long enough for that. I think another week maybe I'll be outside protesting about things. So.
Fair enough. Well, you mentioned you've been irritable, and I think that's a good word to use to describe good chunks of this game with Wrexham. I mean, so just to kind of set the table on this, I really enjoyed the spectacle of the first game with him. And as I alluded to on the last one, you and I were kind of a similar mind of like, oh, that's a bit of a double-edged sword that John Egan equaliser. Like, sort of glad we didn't lose, but also, now we've got to play a replay.
Yeah.
But I wasn't I wasn't really that fussed at full time of that one. Like, we didn't beat the National League team. In fact, we got battered by a National League team in that one. I wasn't, I was kind of thinking like fair play Wrexham, really.
Yeah.
Deserve to beat us. Going into this game, I really did want to win, and the longer it went on, the more I desperately wanted to win. Not really in down with all this fuss about Wrexham. It's just like I want to play Spurs. We picked pretty much our strongest team. We should be winning this game comfortably. And the longer it went on without us winning the game comfortably, the more frustrating I got. How about you?
I don't know if it's because I've been ill. I normally really like sort of tense in games like this, but I don't. I was invested in it, but I was sort of watching it from my bed, and it was quite difficult to get. I didn't work screaming and shouting or anything like that, but I was fairly relaxed actually. I thought, well, we're about to score, we're all over it. Up until they got their second penalty, I thought, are we actually going to lose this? and then I started worrying a little bit, thinking about, that. I mean. I'm not having they were a close game. I thought, like, Matt Face and McCoy, I love McCoy, but they were like saying, you can't really tell, that there's 72 places or whatever it is between the two. You could.
Yeah, you could.
I mean, we had 32 shots.
Yeah, no one talks about that.
We absolutely battered it, realistically, and
we
it shouldn't have got to the stage that it did. But we have the only worry I'll bring out of the game is that we have been a little bit like that in recent weeks around the area, where we've been a little bit too slow, picking the wrong choices and things like that, and missing really good chances. We should have been at least 2-0 at half time. And even in the second half, when Billy Sharp missed that really good chance about 50 seconds before they got the other end and get the non-pen that they gave a pen for. I thought United, actually, up until the final third, were really good, to be honest. But the majority of the game, within about 15 minutes in the second half, where we sort of panicked a bit.
Yeah, you can sort of have the caveat like, look, we're only playing a National League team. When judging how well we played and how well we did this stage. But
yeah,
it was a good performance. Overall, there's no point disguising that. We created 1 billion chances approximately. I think we had 32 shots in the end, and some of them were very, very good shots as well. I mean, as I said, Wrexham battered us in that first game, but I thought we did a good job. Obviously, we're on our own pitch, as in literally the grass that we're playing on. That helps, but I think we did a good job keeping this one largely on our own terms, apart from a couple of dumb moments like the Norwood foul for the second penalty.
I honestly thought first half we were excellent up until the final third. I thought we controlled it. We gave nothing away at all. I mean, we didn't give much away all game. We had 3 shots on target and 2 of them were pens. So I'm not. And as I said, this is not me sort of saying what a team we are. That's what should have happened. Mm-hmm. The only thing that didn't happen that should have is we didn't.
A couple of dumb moments like the Norwood foul for the second penalty.
I honestly thought first half
job. Obviously, we're on our own. We created 1 billion chances approximately. I think we had 32 shots in the end, and some of them were very, very good shots as well. I mean, as I said, Wrexham battered us in that first game, but I thought we did a good job. Obviously, we're on our own pitch, as in literally the grass that we're playing on. That helps, but I think we did a good job keeping this one largely on our own terms, apart from a couple of dumb moments like the Norwood foul for the second penalty.
I honestly thought first half we were excellent up until the final third. I thought we controlled it. We gave nothing away at all. I mean, we didn't give much away all game. We had 3 shots on target and 2 of them were pens. So I'm not. And as I said, this is not me sort of saying what a team we are. That's what should have happened. Mm-hmm. The only thing that didn't happen that should have is we didn't take his chances. And I think Roy Keane at half time said, Sheffield United have obviously been the better side, but if they wanted to get into Premier League and stuff, they've got to start taking the chances like this. And I think that's spot on. I think that the only real disappointment in the entire game was that we didn't take his chances. The penalty that they got back into, it wasn't a penalty. They got one after, which was a penalty, to be fair, certainly from Norwood, and they lost his head for about 10 minutes. But it was frustrating that it got that close, because I really do think it was really professional, actually, in the first half, the way that we set out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a good shout. I mean, I thought it was reasonable to expect that Wrexham would give us a similar level of problem in this game than the first game. I mean, obviously they're not at home, but it is a massive away following. It's a bigger allocation than anyone's had in the Championship this season. It's the biggest game for probably 30 years or something like that. So there was always going to be that element to it. But I thought we did a really good job. The professionals, right? We kept the game largely on our own terms. There was maybe that. I think maybe it was just after they scored the penalty. There was 15 minutes, as you kind of suggested there. We got stuck in a bit of a loop of what's his name? Tozer's going to spend ages taking a long throw in.
Yeah.
And we head that out for a corner, and then the corner comes in, and we head that out for a throw in. And I think sometimes fans get, and pundits particularly, get caught up in or they're really under pressure here, you know, Wrexham really turned the screw.
We were under siege in the second half. That is not true. They had a few throw-ins and a few corners. And again, I'm not belittling Wrexham here, because they played fantastically well considering their level. And to take us that far, and especially in the first game, as you said, but I'm not having at all that this was a close game. It wasn't a close game. The reason it got to the last minute is because we wasted a ridiculous amount of really, really good chances. And I'm talking 3 1-on-1s about Sharp and McAtee.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, as for being under siege, I mean, yeah, we stood up to it much better in this game. You know, that's how Wrexham got ahead in the first game. They got into that loop where
pissed off.
We cleared the box basically, and eventually, you know, you can only really defend crosses into your box for so long.
Yeah. I thought JLT and Egan were fantastic in this game, and I don't want to get overlooked because it might seem that it's only a non-league side, you should be dealing with it. But as we've seen, you know, I think they've caused better teams than us problems, but just purely because of the throwing the corners straight at them.
Yeah, not your typical non-league team.
No.
In terms of, say again, sorry.
Nobody's saying anything, something. But Mark off.
No McBurning, although it sounds like he was not missed, but he's going fine for Saturday. Yeah, we'll see. Still no Doyle, who I think has the same injury. And Jaden Bogle was a surprise suspension this one. Will pass me by before.
This is ridiculous, by the way. We're obviously going to miss Egan in the Tottenham game, and I think if you get 2 bookings and you're out, where's this come from? Why?
I don't know. I think it gets wiped clean at the quarter-final stage. So, but yeah, I don't know. As you say, that we can we'll miss out. With no Doyle, it did mean that Ismaila Koulibaly, we finally get to see what this guy's about. He starts instead of Norwood. And again, with the sort of caveat of it's a non-league team and we had masses of the ball, but I thought he looked very, very tidy, to be honest. It was kind of a low-risk performance, but I thought that suited the occasion quite well. What did you make of his
I think he looks excellent. I think he looks excellent on the ball. I think that he's sort of always trying to go forward. He's a bit loose and stuff. I'm not sure if his positioning will be all that great, you know, in terms of when we play a championship team. But we won't have 70% possession or whatever it was yesterday. But I was really impressed, and I think that the biggest thing for me is that I don't think we were a world-class performance, a sparkling performance or anything like that, but I think he showed that he is an option, which is probably the best we could have hoped for, or even better than we hoped for, I would have thought, you know, at the beginning of the season. He's someone who, if he starts on Saturday, I'm not going to be thinking, ooh, you know, I'm not sure about this. He's not like, he didn't seem like he just lobbed a young lad in. He looked like someone who could actually, you know, play football, and I think he's a bit naive, which is understandable. He's not played this level of the English game before. I think there was a couple of times he dived in and, you know, he got the ball taken past him and stuff. He'll not get away with that against better sides. But, yeah, an encouraging debut, I thought.
Yeah, some nice confidence on the ball as well. You know, some good forward passes with the outside of the foot. He tried the sort of kind of unnecessary back heel pass a little bit, didn't he? Which was successful, but I appreciate that.
See, I've seen a lot of him giving the man of the match. I don't think he was that good. You know, I think people say the best player. I don't think he was that good, but he was good enough. It was more encouraging than disappointing or anything like that. And I think he showed some really good stuff.
Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah, it would be very handy if he becomes a player that could potentially play instead of Ben Osborne, for example, in midfield. If
exactly.
That's what it comes to. Although he also had an improved game, I thought, Osborne. He obviously
much better.
Sets up the opening goal, which we'll get to in a little moment. Good set pieces as well, because everyone who takes corners in our team was not starting this one, and I thought his delivery was very decent, but unfortunately we kept heading it straight at the goalkeeper, which
I like McCoy to think in the second half said something along the lines of, I tell you what, he gets in a lot of headers, doesn't he, John Egan? It's like, well, yeah, he does, but that's as far as he goes.
Well, we both watched this one at home. You're ill, and I wussed out of it, I suppose. 20 quid's a lot of money for a game that's on TV.
Do you know what? Normally, if I don't go to a game and I watch it out for whatever reason, we've been in the cup filed, I've got it right.
You have got it right, yeah, well done.
Got it right that time. I didn't go to that game, for instance. I watched it on stream and I was like, not really bothered that I missed that, to be honest. This is a game that I do sort of regret not going to. I'm obviously weren't fit enough, but yeah, I do wish I'd have gone.
Yeah, same. I definitely feel like I missed out in not going, but that's the price you pay, I suppose. I'm still, I've got my Barnet at home ticket here, and it says on the back this entitles you to skip 3 cup games in the future and not have to renounce your Blade status. So I think I've got one more in me because I missed Derby in the League Cup last year. I think it was. I mean, I went to I went to Carlisle at home in the League Cup first round last year. I think.
Oh yeah, we did, didn't we? Yeah, we saw Sunderland as well, didn't we? When we lost to Sunderland 1-0.
Yeah. Well, I thought this was going to be like one of those games where
I did.
The opposition are way more up for it. The fans and the players, and it just becomes 90 minutes of, feisty away fans mocking a library of Bramall Lane. I want to go home and all this. But it wasn't like that at all, relatively not. I should say, for starters, it was a bigger crowd than I was expecting, but I just wanted to hat tip the club's ticketing approach here, not the pricing, which I thought was steep, although they do have to agree it with the other teams as well. So let's hope Spurs can be a bit accommodating on price for the next round, and that United will be willingly accommodating. But only selling the front bit of the car. This is a good move. We've not done this before. Often we do don't open the cop at all, don't we? Just sell John Street and South stuff. But
on TV it looked really good. You couldn't tell. Yeah. It looked like a full house.
Yeah, it almost looked like a bigger crowd than we get for a league game, with on seats at the front. But by all accounts, it made for a better atmosphere as well. In terms of better atmosphere versus having 3,000 fans spread across 10,000 seats or whatever it is on the top. Fair play to the club and trying something a bit different there with these games where the demand isn't quite as high. So, I thought it was a good move and hopefully helped to boost the atmosphere. But it was, as I said, it was a bit of a spicy atmosphere, and Sharp particularly was fuming through most of the game. I thought. I mean, we'll get to his post-match stuff afterwards, but. He was quite a frustrated figure out there throughout most of this game, I thought. Did you notice some of his body language?
Yeah, I have to admit, to be honest, I thought he was really frustrated, as he has been in previous weeks due to his own performance, and I think he'd probably admit where he sort of alluded to that after the game in the sense of that he should have finished it off for us before it got to that stage. I think it was another performance where he struggled, to be honest, Sharp. But his finish... absolutely fantastic, and I hope that gives him a bit of confidence because we're going to need him just due to McBurney's out for a couple more weeks even, obviously Jefferson's still out, even Asula's out. We're going to need him, and we need him to perform better than he has been in the past few games, I think.
Yeah, Jefferson's got one more game with suspension, I think.
Yeah.
Available again this one too. But I guess this is just to tie this back to the point I was making before about I was expecting a bit of a Barnet at home type occasion. One team's really up for it and the other one isn't.
Yeah, exactly.
I should know better really than to disrespect this team like that, because there are a lot of feisty characters in there. Sharp obviously is feisty person number one, but this team doesn't want to lose at all, does it? And I think that's why we pick a strong team and they play hard even when it is against the National League team, and I guess that's part of the thing that's kind of generated this fallout afterwards of a bit of sniping in the post-match stuff from both sides.
I think Wrexham would have bullied teams in our league, and I don't think we allowed ourselves to get bullied. Certainly not in this game. Maybe in the first leg or whatever. But I think if you're like, I don't know, just off the top of my head, if they come up against someone like, look, Burnley. And we played, obviously, and we sort of did very similar to what they did to us in terms of getting the ball in the box, putting the keeper under pressure, and he made mistakes. I'd like to have seen how Burnley have dealt with Wrexham, actually, because obviously we saw how much they struggled against us with all that sort of stuff, and I thought we stood up to it really well.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you just got players playing hard, haven't you? United just tweeted this little clip today of Robinson with another full-blooded challenge to... crunch one away. Ahmed Odzic is grappling with Mullin, unfortunately, to ill effect later in the game. I think he had a few words with Parkinson after the game. Actually, on the notation.
Yeah.
Totally shocked, I suppose. But yeah, we were very much up for it. I thought from the first whistle, which is always nice to see. And yeah, a nice carrot to get to play Spurs in the next round. You mentioned some of the chances there already. I mean, the big one in the first half, while it's still 0-0, is this McAtee chance. Where him and Njai run through on goal on the goalkeeper in from a counter attack from their corner, I believe, and McAtee gets to pass it into the bottom corner and just slips it wide. I really wanted him to pass, obviously, but Njai did run offside at the point.
He did.
Shoots.
I think they're both to blame in a way for me. I think he should have passed earlier, but Njai needs to hold to run. And I think McAtee, you can see the way he's lined up to shoot. I don't think he had any intention of shooting all the way to the point up until he shot, if you know what I mean. I think he always intended to roll it into Ndai, but he probably left it a little bit too late, and then he realised Ndai were offside, so in the end he took the right option, because if he'd have passed it, it'd have been offside, but yeah, he were a lack of composure, I think, from both of them there.
Yeah, a bit surprising, because McAtee in particular has shown a lot of composure in those situations this season. He scored against Coventry in quite a similar sort of vein, and then obviously Blackpool, who ran basically the full length of the pitch on his own and stuck in the corner. I think.
Yeah, I thought he would have scored because we've seen him do that exact goal twice, where it's at half time, and I don't blame him. They're not going to see all our games. I think Pugash would say something like, well, that's why he's at Sheffield United, because Man City are wanting to learn from those chances. Like, no, he normally scores them, to be honest. He's just... But I think, like I say, I looked back at as well after when he was saying something like, what did he do wrong there? What he missed? He was clean through. Like, it's not hard.
He didn't kick it in the goal. I loved how confused Matt Face and McCoy seemed to be by United playing the back three.
Yeah. Well, I didn't expect this. Well, we've only been playing for 5 years, to be fair.
99%
exactly.
of games for the last 5 years.
Yeah.
It's a job to do research.
And Basham was playing right wing back in Bogle's absence.
Basham really struggled in the first half. I think second half he improved. Once he went back to centre half, he improved, to be fair.
Yeah, that's true.
Right wing back, I thought they were almost like we didn't want to pass to him. They were in so much space at times, and he got the ball in good positions, and didn't. He's not a wing back, is he?
Certainly not. When I saw the team, I actually thought we were going to be using Osborne there. No, I don't know if it was a chance to maybe play. I mean, the fact that he played Basham instead of like Sanchez, for example, the youth player.
He wouldn't even bench, would he? Did someone say you were injured?
Maybe. We didn't have a full bench again, I don't think.
No, Sarble were on the bench, weren't they?
Oh, and he's a right back in here, I think.
Yeah.
Right wing back. But yeah, it just kind of shows you that we did really want to win. And we should say it was Basham's 500th career appearance as well.
Yes.
Not for us in his entire career. Although I wouldn't know he's made for us. It must be 300 maybe?
Oh, he's doing a podcast. I think he's dropping today, actually. He's doing a podcast for Sheffield United YouTube channel, isn't it?
Oh, is he?
Yeah, Joe was one of our own podcasts.
Yeah.
Well, that's a dreamt it in one of my delirium dreams. I think that's true. Anyway.
Fever dream.
Yeah, one of my fever dreams. I'm pretty sure that's happening, and I'm not just dreamt that. So.
It's such a boring thing to have a hallucination about. No offense.
No. Honestly, obviously when you're ill and stuff, I've been drugged up to my eyeballs and paracetamols and everything. I've been having some really mundane dreams about it. Did that happen?
Just on McAtee, I thought he had a good first half up until the last action that he did with every move, if you like.
Yeah.
Some great turns, great runs. He did work some good shooting opportunities, but his finishing was all over the place. And he disappeared a little bit in the second half, but the fact that he kept plugging away, if you like, kept sort of, right at the end, he's obviously sets up the final goal. And again, I know he's only in national league opposition and he's on loan from Man City, but I thought that was quite impressive that he stuck at it and he didn't just sort of go, this is really
weird. It's such a weird one to analyse his performance, because I thought he was really involved and really, really good at times, but as you said, his final ball and his decision making were really poor.
Yeah. He probably should have had a couple of goals in the first half, not least the one he ran through on goal on. He was the one player from my deathbed who had me up just shouting the loudest, "Shoot, man, just shoot!" you were shouting something else at him.
Yeah.
Fury.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was pretty frustrated at half time that we've been so on top, and I did sort of worry, are they just going to have that one moment? Because then a couple of Mullin is a physical threat who probably well almost certainly should be playing in the National League. I mean, he looks at least League One, doesn't he? I mean, not a great league, like. He doesn't look like he'd walk into our team or anything like that. But...
No, he was top goal scorer in League Two last season. There's a reason that that he should be in League One, but he's obviously gone for the journey and the money.
Aye. So I was thinking, are they going to get a spell basically? But fortunately, we do take the lead with Ahmedovic's 5th goal of the season. A really nice team move. Good play by Basham. Great little through ball by Osborne and a fantastic finish by Ahmedovic, which is good because I've had lots of people tweeting me with John Egan's recent goal scoring run. My suggestion that Ahmedovic might outscore Egan's whole career in this one season looks a bit stupid. Well, Ahmedovic just returns serve there, so that's good. Hopefully they can both keep scoring for the rest of the season. That's the ideal. Lovely move, lovely finish. And then we had, we continued to pour it on, I think. We had another counter-attack where I think it was McAtee. He does set up sharp this time in a 1-1. The keeper saves it, and probably 30 seconds later, or maybe slightly more, they have a penalty at the other end out of absolutely nothing. And I can't defend this decision. I know there is this thing of a hold continues into the box, then it is a foul. There is absolutely no way the referee can say with any degree of certainty that this is even close to being in the box when Ahmedovic lets go. Like, he's not level with the box, the ref. He's stood like 30 yards out from goal. It's a total guess.
It's a terrible decision of many terrible decisions. It were an absolutely appalling performance from the ref, and we've slagged refs off here before, obviously, this season, and I think this is probably got to be the worst ref that we've had.
Certainly this season, I think,
It was terrible. We're absolutely. I mean, this is not even his worst decision. That says something about his performance.
Oh man, it was so frustrating.
What is dead last goal? Dead crap.
Dead crap, I think.
Yeah.
Lee Doughty, I think it is. Doughty gets a good reception next time he comes to Bramall Lane. But not good by Ahmedovic, I should say. Like pulling, it was a very obvious pull on Mullin, who'd got the beating of him, I suppose. But it was well outside the box, and Mullin throws himself into the box, ref buys it, gives a penalty, and then Mullin smashes it into the net for the first penalty scored at the Bramall Lane end in a very, very long time. But whatever forces are at work to stop penalties being scored at that end, didn't take him too long to address the balance on that one. Can you just try and explain to me what Ollie Norwood is doing with the foul that leads to their second penalty?
You know what? Part of me thought, does he just not want extra time? And I mean that as well. I genuinely thought that is so stupid of a challenge. He must be thinking, let's just get out of the cup and concentrate on the league. It was just obviously didn't think that, but that is. It's just absolutely. It's so unlike him as well.
I don't just come on as a sub, imagine if that sent him on, like, just get out there and make sure this game does not go to extra time. Just go give away a penalty.
I mean, remember the Basham one against Coventry away early in the season? That was bad, but this is like on another level for me. I think because he's never going to get the ball. He must know Mullin's like behind it or whatever, and really poor from a really experienced player who's been fantastic this season. So I'll put it down to the fact he's only just come on, but I think it's pretty indefensible to be honest.
He was on the pitch 3 minutes. I'm just looking now. Before he did this.
This is what I mean. I honestly thought, I didn't actually think this, but a part of me thought, has Eki not just said football throw game, we're not doing extra time?
I think so. What I think he was trying to do is just make a sort of a sliding block on the ball, if you like.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure he knows Mullin's there. I've watched it back a few times. He looks round and sees Mullin's making this run, and of course, as he makes this slide challenge, he ends up doing it through the bit of space that Mullin's occupying. This time round, Mullin smashes it to the left, and Adam Davis, or Adam Savis, as you called him.
Adam Savis, yeah. It's a good save, because he gets that much power on it that if he doesn't get a good hand on it, he's going to go through him. And I think people might say, well, it's straight at him or whatever, it's like in the corner and stuff, but it is a good save. And that's 2 penalties out of 3 you saved. No, 2 penalties out of 4. It's like 4 penalties against him this season.
Yes, yes.
And he's only,
What's that, Coventry, Norwich and these two?
Yeah. And he's only played 5 games.
Something like that, yeah. Good record of saving so far. Massive save, obviously. I mean, there was, looking back now, just as I looked up, there was longer to go in the game than I actually thought. I thought this was in like the 80th minutes, but it was the 70th.
This is the one point where I thought we might lose this.
Yeah,
even all the way through, I thought we're going to win, realistically. You know, we're probably might. I was thinking 3-0, I have to admit. Like, when the second half kicked off and we scored, I thought it'll be 3-0 or something this now. But we gave that away, and I thought, well, we'll come back. It might only be 2-1 or whatever. And then this is the only time when I thought, we're going to lose this. Yeah. How are we going to lose this game?
Yeah, very. The first penalty was frustrating because I was thinking, like you, I was thinking we are actually going to win this 3 or 4-0, and then suddenly it goes, you know, the crowd are back in it, you know, the flares are on the pitch, you know, time's ticking away. It's like a full minute before we restart again. And I was thinking, oh no, this is just going to get dragged all the way to extra time, and then suddenly it looks like we're actually going to lose it. Fortunately, Davis makes that save. Down the other end, one of the Wrexham defenders makes a fantastic save of his own, which the referee somehow misses. I mean, this is so obvious. Like the movement of the ball after it hits the guy. Like I'd love to know what you think the referee thought this hit.
Yeah, I've got to be careful here because I don't want to say these are my words, but a lot of people in the National League have been talking about brown envelopes going around in this league due to Wrexham. I don't think that's true, to be fair. But if you honestly type in Wrexham refereeing decisions and stuff, there's loads of people, even sort of comment on the back at the time. Some were watching this at home or on Twitter, and there were people from Wealdstone and all sorts going, "This is what happens in the National League. They get all the decisions. The referees are in on it." I don't know. I think it's probably just a terrible decision. But I do wonder as well are the referees under pressure? Because let's say that wasn't a penalty and he's got it wrong and we score. That documentary, you know, which is going all around the world, is going to like paint this guy as the villain of the piece of, you know, an unjust penalty, put us out of the cup, this man here. Is that player on the minds or is he just a bad ref? I don't know.
I mean, it's definitely a bad ref, but
yeah.
But I think there could be something in that of like, you know, even subconsciously, to be honest. But Norwood takes a shot from 25 yards. The keeper does.
Keeper, great save. It is a good save. I got the lips straight away. I thought that's a pen.
Yeah,
definitely. And then it showed the replay, and it was just like he's about 2 yards away.
Yeah.
The ref, like, what are you doing? And then I liked how, like, I think it was Matt Face going, he's a bit close to us. Shut up. It's a clear pen, you idiot.
Yeah, exactly. Somehow not giving, and the frustration just compounds and compounds, and then I think this is I don't know if I'm skipping anything particularly significant here, but we get into injury time. I'm resigned to a painful extra 30 minutes that I definitely didn't want here, because people like a giant still on the pitch, obviously, still running hard and, you know, taking his lumps, essentially. You know, he did get a good shoe in this one and managed to kind of stand up to it really well, I thought. I mean, he does anyway, doesn't he, Enjoy?
There were 3 or 4 times he should have got a free kick in this game, undoubtedly. I'm not saying that biased at all. I think we know we don't get down knees or anything like that. There were 2 in particular in the second half, and I just thought, what are you doing here, ref? This is not, you know. And I'm all for one of these, like, go on, get the game playing on. You know what I mean? I do think that's a really good rule or whatever they brought in. I've seen Sharp not get loads of free kicks this season that he would have got last season, and to be honest, I'm all right with that because I think it's better for the game. And Sharp, you know, he's going to have to change that. He's not going to get the free kicks that he once got, and I'm all for that. But there were two or three in that second half where I thought, what's he seeing here? He's got his shirt almost off his back. Like, what are you doing?
It happened. I forgot this, but after the penalty,
after the pen, yeah,
went straight down the other end, and Jai's basically played in on goal, and I think it's Tozer actually gets him around the neck and play on. Says the referee, nothing to see here. So frustrating. And fortunately, they pile forward, Wrexham, to try and win it. And Norwood sends a long ping forward towards Sharp, which the defender makes a mess of. Sharp cuts inside and rolls it quite fairly gently, but
Yeah, it's a great goal. This, I think, for having all that time. He's not the fastest player and stuff, and he's obviously not at the best of games or the best of times recently. And I think that was just a really, really, really good finish and really composed, and shows that he can still score goals, and shows that he probably still is the best finisher at the club.
Lovely stuff. It was such. I mean, for me, yes, I was very happy that we'd won the game, as it felt like at that point. We were going to get to the next round, play Spurs, and not have the embarrassment of losing to Wrexham and being part of the national, the international story, I should say. I mean, like I follow like ESPN on Instagram and stuff, and they were tweeting about the game the next day, like Wrexham. So I was like, oh, so glad in retrospect not to see my team.
This goal, by the way, came from a really bad bit of play from. I think it's Ollie Palmer, who's got one of the most non-league names, Ollie Palmer. And he should have passed it, and he went. I have no idea why he went for a shot here. Because I was thinking they're going to score it, they're going to win it, which I would have been disappointed, but I would have been thinking, well, they've got extra time. And their guy, like on the right hand side, is absolutely free. And I don't know why he shoots. It's a terrible decision from him, and then obviously a terrible decision or execution from the Wrexham player at the other end as well.
Absolutely. So yeah, the joy of winning, but then also the joy of like, yes,
yeah,
delight. We'd all finished. They obviously pushed for an equaliser, and Jai before Magnet. I really love watching him run with the football. It's just something so pure about it. It's fantastic. Possibly not the best pass towards McAtee. We had 5-on-1 at this point.
I think McAtee's quite poor actually at the start here. He should be passing that back to, I think it's Basham, and he turns straight into their man. We'll get a bit of a break, and then he does put a really good ball through to Berger.
Yeah, Norwood makes a big block tackle, just to make sure that ball's going nowhere, and it does. It bounces back to McAtee. Lovely slip ball to Berger, and a phenomenal finish. I mean, it's all right. It's not the hardest chance in the world, but lifts it right into the roof of the net.
Yeah.
And that's the end of the Hollywood story. Apart from all the post-match stuff, I suppose.
I was really surprised. I'm watching the highlights and stuff. I want to see what they're saying. I do like watching. Not always agree with Roy Keane, but I do think he's normally, quite funny at least. And then Sharp came on. It was like, all right, mate. It was like some sort of, I don't know, rap beat track, wasn't it? You know what I mean?
It caught me off guard a bit as well. I wasn't totally. I mean, clearly, from what he was saying, not impressed with sort of, Wrexham's outward-facing attitude of we've got Spurs in the next round.
Yeah.
The players and the manager aren't tweeting those kinds of things, But I think Sharp's one of those people that he gets fueled by the feud.
And this is what, right? People, obviously the Wrexham fans, he's rattled. That's all I've heard. Rattled. I don't see how you can be rattled when you've just scored the winning goal.
He wants to win. He'll use a little angle to motivate himself if he needs to.
That is exactly what he's doing, and people seem to overlook the fact that he will have wound himself up purposely to make himself feel. And I'm sure that he'll be the one in the dressing room saying, "See what these guys have put? They already think they're through. Come on, do you know what I mean?" And it's all part of it. It's all part of the psychological game of it and stuff. And I can understand people saying, "Oh, he's a bit tin pot. We've only just beat Wrexham at home, non-league, last minute, and he's acting like this." But I think it's part of the psychological game. I think he knew what he was doing, and I think he knew what he was doing after as well.
Yeah, I think it's just him. He just wants to win. He don't care who it's against. And the fact he's, he knows, he sort of alluded to it in his post-match interview. He knows it's coming to an end for him. Time is running out for Sharp. He's not there yet, but he probably won't be scoring that many more winning goals at the cup final. So he's just how he is. I think he wants to win, and I found it quite amusing, to be honest, in terms of we've obviously had the last 2 weeks or so of a lot of smoke being blown up backsides of Wrexham and the story and all this, and I don't know. It's what I guess it's what football's about, isn't it? Just
and as I said, if it motivates him. If it's part of the motivation thing, it's worked out on it because he's got the winning goal, and it made a I think that little bit of needle or whatever it was made it a better game and made it feel like a better win than it probably was on paper.
Taken as a pair, two very exciting cup games.
They were fantastic games, and this is where I've been slagging Wrexham off a little bit jokingly on Twitter and stuff, but I do think you have to give him credit for making it that sort of a game, because it wasn't two fantastic games of football.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know whether you saw this, just to finish this story with the kind of off-field stuff, I suppose. But did you see Ben Tozer referencing that United had started selling tickets to the Spurs game?
I did. You idiot, Ben. Ben, come on. Yeah, obviously people don't know what this is. There's a fake ticket website which does it for all the games, and they were selling Sheffield United Tottenham tickets, Bram Hall Lane.
Yeah. I think it was a 3 o'clock kickoff on a Wednesday.
3 o'clock kickoff on a Wednesday, yeah, and all the stands were labelled like from 10 years ago, so we had like the Jessica Ennis stand and all that sort of stuff in it. But obviously, but again, if they're using that to motivate themselves, all these guys that's fair enough.
Exactly.
It did look a bit of a prat because obviously it's quite evidently fake.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, yeah, very, very satisfying way to win. A nice little. I don't know. It's not how I ideally wanted that game to go. I wanted when I saw that we picked a strong team again, I wanted a nice, comfortable 3-0 up after an hour, and Jai's kicking his heels on the bench, this kind of thing. So not how I wanted the game to go, but ultimately a nice little boost going into league football this weekend.
And I actually think that the way we played, we took an L off after 70 minutes or whatever it was. McAtee probably needed 90 minutes because he's been out. You know, he needs a full game. Wasn't happy about him dying short playing 90 minutes, especially Short's got to play on Saturday. But we rested low, we rested low, Cole didn't play. We rested a few as well.
That's a good point, actually. Yeah, I hadn't thought of it that way. Yeah, and useful minutes for Koulibaly, Adam Davies. Basham as well, I guess. So yeah, you're right. Actually, yeah, it worked out quite well in that respect. Just a couple of final notes, I think, before we wrap up. Ilman and Jai nipping off to the toilet just after we took the lead. Like,
I don't know what that was all about, to be fair. But just like because when he said he got back, he goes, "Oh, Ilman died." I thought, "Oh, he's not injured, no." And then obviously he's back on. You think, "Hey, what's going on there?" Who was the other one who disappeared? Was it
Salmon
yeah. He disappeared as well there. So yeah. I have to admit, I thought, no, fairly poor again defensively in this game. As he had a few back dodgy moments against Rotherham, so I didn't see all that game to be honest. But I think he's probably still struggling maybe a little bit from the glandular fever thing. But I hope that goal sends him on to the to performances that we saw earlier in the season.
Hot take. It's not a hot take. It's just my opinion. He's not as good a defender as John Egan, but he's a much better footballer, and he's so valuable as a overlapping centre back, if you like. I mean,
and you've got to remember Basham when he was playing this role, like in his 30 or whatever. He's got a long way to. He's got a lot of it growing up to do, and he needs to get more experience and stuff.
I think going forward, he's absolutely fabulous. Like,
he is
genuinely. I mean, he's better than Basham has been going forward, I would say, because he actually scores goals, which Basham never did, even as an overlapping centre back. You know, he'd get like maybe one a season or something like that, from open play. I mean, Ahmedhodzic had that one in the first half that you mentioned. It was like a one-on-one. That was from open play. His goal obviously comes from open play as well. Yeah, huge step going forward. I think he's fine defensively. It's just maybe not like all-conquering centre back, which I think Egan generally is, to be honest. So,
I think Prime Basham's better defensively than him in his position, but as I said, Basham had 7-8 years on him or whatever it is. So.
Yeah, exactly. He's not bad. He's not a bad defender. As in, he's not bad at the act of defending. It's just he's maybe not like quite the elite level that.
It's a bit Vogel, isn't it? It's a bit Vogelish in that sense.
It's a bit Vogelish.
Yeah,
maybe. Anything you want to say about? I think I've written his name down. It's Phil Parkinson, isn't it? It's not Paul Parkinson.
Yeah, it's Phil Parkinson. Never liked the man.
Yeah. Phil Parkinson is a very well liked Reading player.
All right.
So he's my wife's always been like the only person I think I've ever met who actually likes Phil Parkinson. So I did ask her before this why he's like well liked, and it was basically just he was a popular battling type player that played for them for a long time. But yeah, since he's become a manager, he seems pretty well disliked, particularly by our fan base, who...
Really, Mardy. I remember when we beat Bolton 2-0, and this is when the Bolton chairman did his rather be in our position and all this sort of stuff. But I remember after the game, it was just constant. We absolutely battered him in that match. We won 2-0. And we were all over. You were like, well, Sheffield United have had an open checkbook this season, and they haven't had the injuries we've had and all. And then he's doing the same again, and his football's appalling. And I think Wrexham will probably get rid of him once they, if they've got genuine ambitions to be at least League One, I think they're probably going to have to get a new manager soon.
Yeah, I think so. He's not my favourite opposition manager. I mean, he seems like Warnock without the success, basically. You know,
the fact he's playing that sort of football with by far the best side and the most money it might work in the National League, but I think Wrexham fans in a couple of years, I could be wrong, obviously, I think they'll be probably wanting a change.
I think you're probably right. Yeah. Right. I think that's everything I've got noted down to talk about, and obviously, Paul Heckingbottom sending the fourth official out there to hold up your number, mate, and tell you to whatever the bed rest equivalent of an early bath is. So it is Spurs next. Sorry, what was that?
I said I'm back on the grass now today at least. So.
That's not a good thing, Gavin.
No, it's not. No.
Spurs next. Very exciting. Looking forward to that. We'll have to do without Egan, which is obviously not ideal, but it's a one-off game. Worst that can happen is you get knocked out of the cup, and the old cliche, concentrate on the league, which is still pretty rosy. Swansea on Saturday. Really looking forward to that. Hopefully you'll be able to get there and enjoy yourself. And hopefully we can see a similar performance level, I guess, that we saw against the National League team.
Big week. It's a big week. Swansea for Millwall. Two very difficult games, and then Swansea as well, who were in really good form up until last week when they lost 4-3. So, big week. I think we'll know a lot more by the end of this week. Hopefully off the pitch as well, one way or another.
Yeah. We'll save any chat on that until there's some proper developments beyond somebody's put out a statement. Wait to see, I suppose. Right, mate. I'm going to let you get off and chill out because I don't actually intend to keep you for this long. You have done a view from Wrexham, haven't you? Which is
yes,
suitably tasty,
spicy. Yeah. I'll have I'll probably have the Swansea one out tomorrow as well. But the Wrexham one's very much worth reading, I think.
I'm going to predict that Swansea fans are a bit miserable. Where are they in the league? They're not in the playoffs, are they?
Nah,
I think they're going to be an unenthused fan base.
Yeah, I would have thought so. Yeah. Nothing going, not much going on, is there?
Not really. No, we're only just going to have a bit of a snack now. I should think something not very respectful. 30. There you go. 30.
Yeah, classic Swansea.
Classic Swansea, yeah. 5 points off the playoffs, just like every other team in the league. Do you know Rotherham are only 12 points off the playoffs? Not such a bad point after all, was it?
No. Like I say, I tweeted this if people didn't see it, but people keep talking about Hillsborough going to catch us up and all this sort of stuff. And if you look at the last 10 games, they've gained a point on us, but they've played a game more.
Yeah.
So if we beat Reading in our game in hand, we'll have actually, gained more players than them. So just keep it up, keep out grinding these results out.
Yeah, and even if we lose at that rate, it would take us 100 games and 2.5 seasons.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I'll just look at a quick look now actually about what Swansea fans are saying. One of them said we need to play like Wrexham did last night, fast attacks down the wings and all this, like but Fashion and Osborne not going to get left, the wing backs, mate. So
yeah, I doubt it. Right, mate. Well, that is Roy's view from .com, and follow yourself at Panchero and me at BlazePod. And you get yourself off and healed up, mate. Hopefully, hopefully you're feeling better by the day. You certainly sound a lot better than you did this time last week anyway. So
felt like Sean Dyche, looked and sounded like Sean Dyche. I really thought that. I could be an impressionist here, just a Sean Dyche impersonator. I don't know what the money's like, but sorry for anyone putting anyone off in terms of sneezing, while we've been doing sniffing and coughing and stuff like that. But hopefully next time I'll have a clear nose and a clear throat.
Fingers crossed. All right, mate. Thanks as always for your time. Thanks everyone for listening. And hopefully I will see you on Saturday.
Yeah, mate. Thanks a lot. Cheers.
Shit, get down. Get down. Guardian's down here too. Get down. Guardian's down here too.
Oh, come on! I've got two characters trying to help and they're doing nothing! Yeah. How many times did he press circle? Trying to dive. What the chuff was that? Ah! No, piss off.
Watch out for the guys with the slings! They They just keep coming. Watch out for the guys with the slings. They just keep coming. Watch out for the guys with the slings. Clear up. They just keep coming. Okay, all clear. Stone's gotta be here somewhere. Let's try heading up.
All right.
Come on, we better hurry. All right, we're almost there.
Lazarevich.
Screw Lazarevich.
Have to get Elena out of here.
I'll clear the way.
Oh, you absolute moron.
Come on, honey, you can do it. Hang on. Wait here.
See ya. You're dead! Incoming! Look, keep moving!
Okay, we're gonna move. You can do it. Watch out. Okay, a little bit further. Here we go. Okay, hang on, hang on.
Look out! Look out!
Okay, we're gonna move. Come on. You can do it. There we go.
Elena, you all right?
Come on, let's look over this.
What the hell am I doing? You cannot defeat me! You sure about that?
Move then.
We'll crush you!
sake, just shoot.
Come on, you big ugly bitch. Bring it on!
Mm.
We'll crush you! Come and get me! Bring it on! Come on! You think you can stop me?
Mm.
We'll crush you! Bring it on! Come and get me! Stand your ground and fight! Come and get me! You think you can stop me? Stand your ground and fight!
Mm.
We'll crush you! We'll crush you! You're going to die here! You think you can stop me? Right! Bring it on!
Come on now. Yes.
Holy shit.
Nate? Nate! Whoa! Jesus! What?
Behind you!
Huh? Get off me! Got you! Come on!
That's it.
Oh, God.
Come on.
Yes. Get in. Right then, what else have we got? I need to get all the treasures.
You sure you know where you're going? Don't I always? Don't you love the way the water makes your jeans all squidgy?
Oh, wait. This can't be right. We must have made a wrong turn somewhere. Hey, now what do you bet that will take us right into the boiler room? And from there, we're in. Yeah, in like Flynn, right? What? In like Flynn. I don't get it. Just give me a boost. Here it comes. Thanks. Here we go. We're good. Reach up there and grab the ladder. Yeah, I dropped it down for you. All right. This is the way to the courtyard. Well, we're not going this way. Not if you want to keep your skin. All right. There's got to be a shut-off valve around here somewhere. See if you can find it, then. You got it. Okay. Now there should be a door just around this corner. That's our access point. Once we're through, just stick to the plan. You got me? Tell me you didn't miss this. I'm here, aren't I? It's locked. Good job I came prepared.
I pick more than my nose, my friend.
Oh, wait! There's an alarm. That's new since last time.
Great. Now what?
Well, I can disarm it if we can find the junction box. It's gotta be around here somewhere. There. That ought to do it. All right, we're in. Shit. I got him.
There's the tower.
Yeah, but we can only get to it from the roof, and we can't get to the roof from here. We're gonna have to make our way to the next courtyard, through that gate over there.
Well, let's do it. We've got to get up to that balcony. We can climb the gate over here.
Got it.
Gece vardiyasında çalışmaktan nefret
I've
ediyorum.
got the other one.
Haklısın abi.
Hiçbir şey olmuyor.
Bazen o kadar canım...
Vardiyan ne zaman bitiyor? Daha çok var. 15 dakikaya kadar bitiyor.
Come on, what are you waiting for?
İşler nasıl bu aralar?
Bugün epey bir sessiz.
Okay, we're almost there. I'll go right. You go left.
Night, night, sunshine.
No, come on.